Boris Johnson likes to say Brexit's done, but there are many in Europe who disagree. These ministers opening the next chapter in Brexit battles over our future trade deal. The EU signing off on its new red lines before negotiations begin next week.
We are ready to offer a highly ambitious trade deal to the UK. But the UK cannot expect high-quality access to the single market if it is not prepared to accept guarantees that competition remains open and fair.
And here in black and white, the EU clear the UK must maintain common high standards when it comes to state aid, environmental and labour laws, and not just for now, but for the future too. But back in Westminster, the Cabinet drawing red lines of their own. They are, for now, united. Brexit means not being a rule taker.
Well, this is a negotiation, as you know, but we're a completely independent nation after Brexit, and we will be respectful of them and no more expect them to follow our rules than we'll follow theirs.
This former Trade Secretary isn't sure if a deal will happen by the end of the year, but he does believe the UK's entering this negotiation in better shape than its opponents.
We all know in politics that the most useful currency is power, and Boris Johnson has a lot of that at the present time. We've got a clear mandate, we have a big majority, and we are going to be able to argue our case with a certainty that we can deliver at home that wasn't possible in the past. Now, the EU, we already know, is having sharp divisions of opinion over, for example, how they fill the gap left by Britain's budgetary contributions not being there.
This was once the place for bitter Brexit divisions, but the election changed all of that. Mr Johnson's won the right to chart Britain's direction. Boris Johnson will set out his negotiating position later this week, but the Prime Minister's already made one thing crystal clear. For him, taking back control means sovereignty trumps all else. And if that means friction at the borders and a hit to the economy in return for British autonomy, well, so be it.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Some one-on-one diplomacy today, the PM hosting his Austrian counterpart in Downing Street.
Welcome, my friend Sebastian.
Friends for now, but the negotiations are yet to really start. And when they do, relationships will be tested.
Have you got enough?
Beth Rigby, Sky News, Westminster.